Hello, my name is Colin and today I will be discussing the topic of artificial intelligence and its real-world benefits. By show of hands, how many of you have actually used AI? Okay, and if you've ever used a phrase like "Hey Siri" or "Ask Alexa to play a song," then your hand should be raised. You may not realize that you are interacting with AI in your daily lives, but as time goes on, artificial intelligence will be largely incorporated into pretty much every aspect of life, even to the point where you won't be able to remember life without it. In my personal life, I use AI for tasks such as creative ideas for art projects. I've used it for personal meal plans. I've also used it to help me study for an upcoming test or exam. Not necessarily to cheat, but rather practice problems. To expand your understanding of artificial intelligence, I will go over the basics like the recent history of AI, how it is currently used in everyday life, and what the future holds for artificial intelligence. To start off, I will talk about the recent history of AI. Even though it has been around for decades, it wasn't around until the 2010s that it really started showing up in everyday life. Around this time, there were new AI assistants like Siri, Alexa, Bixby. These assistants could do simple tasks such as responding to questions asked by and understanding what the user is saying. According to CNN, in 2016, a Chinese company called Hanson Robotics created a human-like robot. They named it Sophia. The robot, Sophia, could do things like carry on conversation, and it could go as far as recognizing human emotions. And in 2020, OpenAI, a very popular AI website, released a program that could solve problems it was given. It could create poetry that was indistinguishable from like human writers. It can even write full essays, which a lot of people use it for, sadly. According to IBM, it was able to do this through something called deep learning, which means the model was trained with massive amounts of data and is basically learning through patterns, so it could respond like a human would. Next, I'm going to talk about how AI is used today. Usage of AI can be seen in around 3 major industries. These include healthcare, business, education. In healthcare, AI can help doctors analyze data, allow them to diagnose a disease much earlier than the doctor may have, and surprisingly, even more accurately than a doctor could. It could also create personalized plans for patients who have specific health requirements. Next, in business, AI is used to collect and understand data that it is given. It is able to take that data and then kind of tell companies what product they should be selling and what the customer's demands are. Not only does it help with numbers, but it can also help with data visualization by creating designs through an entered prompt that the company may put in. Finally, in education, AI is helping both students and teachers. When you hear education and AI in the same sentence, most people assume cheating. While some people may use it for ill intent, it can also be helpful in a fair way. Students, including me, can use artificial intelligence to create personalized lessons that would improve their knowledge of topics that they may have struggled with in class. I know I used it a lot in math. After I would come out of class, I would use some practice problems from an AI, and my test scores went up and up and up. Finally, I would like to talk about where AI could go in the future. In the near future, we will see things like fully self-driving cars, smart factories that make productions of goods much more efficient, and as everybody knows, AI-generated entertainment. According to Army University Press, artificial intelligence could be used for military purposes as well, such as automated weapons and surveillance. To finish off, AI is not just something that is in the far future, but rather it is something that is already a part of our everyday lives, whether we realize it or not. That is why it is important for us to fully understand the capabilities of our artificial intelligence now and for the future. Thank you.